Hi Josh, we're back on the Homestead SMP server for some more lightly modded Minecraft. Today we're going to set up a tree farm, and by the end of the episode, we're going to join the server's economy. This is going to require some prep projects, which means building a new structure, a small one, and exploring a new mod. It's also going to require a little bit more adventuring. Let's just jump into it. I decided it was time to grow some alternate trees. I really want multiple wood types that I fell in. I really want multiple wood types that I can use in our future constructions, so I grabbed all of my oak and jungle saplings that we collected on our adventures and chopped down all of these birch trees and just planted all the saplings. I realized that I haven't checked my mail yet. That's why we went on the whole adventure. I wanted scaffolding. Oh my god, we've got an entire stack of scaffolding. We can make the bridge. We can make the bridge for our thing. Who sent me scaffolding? What an amazing gift. Oh god, this is so exciting. I'm so happy about this. Oh, doesn't that look like such a great bridge? Alright, once again, I'm gonna have to give you the disclaimer. This is not staying here, I promise. It's just temporary. Those are a lot paler than I thought they would be. I really expected them to be darker. I may look for other solutions to make this look more appealing, because this is not super visible, and it's not super attractive. When I find a more attractive solution, I will be sure to let you know. But for now, it's fine. I'm not sure if we're being invaded or just stared at. I decided that while we were being invaded, we should go to town and check out the bookstore. Oh, we don't have a plum tree, but this is sitting so close to the town, I don't want to take it. Oh, man. Okay, so the store is still under construction. There's nothing inside. This is a temporary measure. These are 2 silver coins each. Okay, so I want 2 Silk Touch books, 2 mending books. That's 8 coins, 8 silver coins. Now we need to make some diamond tools. This is a big step for us. Alright, now we just need unbreaking and we will be good to go. I think for now I'm just going to store them. We will keep using iron tools until we have unbreaking. I have a potentially exciting development that has nothing to do with any of our projects. I got slime. There were slimes right here. I am well behind the house in the hill area. And I was just caving. I was just grinding for resources. I'm going to mark this place down, and I'm going to keep an eye on it, a very close eye on it. Maybe this chunk right here that we're in, this might be a slime chunk, and that is huge. I was just going through my footage, and I realized I had several longish clips that went over a bunch of stuff that I did that don't have usable microphone audio. I don't know what happened, but my mic audio was just missing from some clips. So I figured I'd cover some of the things that we did. I've been sorting these boxes because my storage, as you can see, is starting to get out of hand. But the one that I wanted to focus on is this one. As you can see, I've been making a bunch of create stuff. And that requires a whole bunch of andesite and either iron or zinc. So I've been using zinc and andesite to make andesite alloy. These shafts help move power, and I've been making all sorts of other bits and pieces. If you see here, I made some water wheels. And that's because I've expanded our water mill. I made a stairway downstairs, and I made a floor down there. It's nothing fancy, but I really like this. I cut a single hole in the wall from the back channel, and I had it just spread to the sides. And it flows in this channel that I tried to stylize a little bit and splits into 3. Now if you come down here, we've got these 3 flowing to create mod water wheels. I don't know if I'm actually going to use these or if they're just going to be aesthetic, but I did set them up so that they are sticking out of the walls on both sides of the watermill, so that if we want to, we can use the power. Another thing that I don't know about is whether or not all 3 of these connected in series will generate 3 water wheels worth of power, because I don't know if a water wheel connected to another water wheel multiplies the power or if it's just going to be wasted effort. But I did this mostly for the aesthetics. We're going to generate all of our create power from other things, but I really love the way that this turned out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a whole bunch of this cotton that we made, and we're going to turn it all into wool. And I took a bunch of sticks and andesite alloy to make these sail frames so that we can make sails. And we are going to use all of these, in addition to these radial chassis and windmill bearings, to make windmills. Okay, I accidentally made way more radial chassis than I need, but I have 6 windmill bearings, and I have a whole bunch of shafts. So I think that we're ready to make at least 1 windmill to start. And this is what all those parts were for. I used some of our scoria, or whatever it's called, to make the variety of scoria bricks. We've got the radial chassis up here, and inside is the windmill bearing. Now all we have to do is start slapping these sails on, and I decided to go with kind of a simplistic design for this one, and then I'll do different designs for each subsequent windmill. Alright, we've got our windmill design all set up. We've got the windmill blades made out of these white sails. We just have to go up here and right-click the windmill bearing to start it. Now I attached a shaft to the windmill bearing and a vertical gearbox to that shaft so that it turns directions. It redirects the force of the windmill down, and we're going to go straight down through this mountain and out the side. So if I put on my engineer's goggles, I can see more details. So right now the stress capacity is 0 stress units. But if I right-click it to start it, we are currently generating 2,048 stress units. And this shaft will continue to turn as we bring it down through the mountain. And I think that looks pretty cool. It's not going to look quite as majestic from the side that our house is on, but I made the decision that every windmill we make has to be pointed the same direction, and I decided that they would all be pointed west. We are going to make other windmills in the future. They'll be dotted around the landscape, and they'll all be pointed west. So I think I'm going to close this place up. I think I'm going to use stone and dirt to make this place enclosed, and I might enclose it over in here too. And then I'm going to bring the shaft down through here and out this direction to make our first machine. I think that turned out pretty well. I have to go pay a little attention to the other side too to close this place up and make sure that it's lit up on the inside, but I really kind of like this. Alright, it's not a great view, but the other side of this hill is done. And this is the inside. This is where our shaft comes down. I have a ladder so that we can access it. Just going to work our way out of the hill now. I'm starting to prep the items that I need for the tree farm. And one thing that I need is polished rose quartz. So I had to combine quartz with redstone to make rose quartz. And I had to make sandpaper, and this is hilarious. Alright, now the big challenge was that I needed to make a mechanical press because we need to make brass plates for this brass hand. And we can't get away with cheating our way into that with immersive engineering like we did last time. Fortunately, this windmill can provide everything we need. I've installed a vertical gearbox here in the middle of the shaft. I attached a shaft to it and attached the mechanical press. Now I believe if I just throw this stuff on the ground, the press should come down on it. That's fantastic. I don't know if it's going to do one at a time or if it's going to do that whole stack. It did the whole stack. That's beautiful. And it seems like the press only runs when there's something below it. This mod is really, really intelligently designed. So, I'm going to leave the press there in case we need to press other stuff in the future. And I'm going to take these and go make the brass hands that we need for those deployers. Okay, I've extended the windmill's power shaft all the way down here. I have to slap in one of these vertical gearboxes. Right there. It connects this shaft that goes all the way outside, and it's night. Of course it's night. And the shaft extends all the way over here to this regular gearbox, which goes one over to a vertical gearbox, which connects here. And this is where we're going to build our tree farm. Alright, I've closed this thing up, somewhat, and I just need to slap one of these on here. So now what I need to do is slap one of these on here. I need to use slime to make it sticky, and it doesn't consume the slime ball, which is fantastic news for us. And then I need to slap a chest on here. Now this chest will collect all of the wood that this machine is going to chop. Slap some slime on there, and then I'll do this, so it's facing the correct way. Okay, I've got my goggles, so now we can see that this thing uses 16 stress units. And I can see that I need to right-click it with an empty hand to attach the structure. So I am going to need an empty hand. But also, I need to reduce this, that stays exactly how it is, but all of these get put down to one range. Otherwise, it's going to grab all of the ground underneath it, and that would be a disaster. I need to figure out which way this thing's going to go. Okay, it's going to go this way. So this is the front. I need to have the saw right here on the edge, and I believe I need to put the deployer here, because it's kind of long. Yeah, and that hand extends. So basically, it will deploy whatever you filter it to have, and it will take from any attached inventory, as I understand it. Alright, let's give this a shot. And this... Yeah, there we go. See, it's placing... Okay. Now, we wanted to leave these right here as blocks that can't be planted on, because as I understand it, if this thing pauses at any point and something grows through it, or if it's moving when something goes through, I'm not really sure how this all works, but that saw is perfectly placed to chop all 3 of the trees. Anything on all of these 3 blocks that the saplings are planted on, this saw will get them. And the deployer, as you saw, placed the trees exactly where the saw blade is going to get them. Now, as the saw chops these trees, it will automatically put the trees into this chest. And I can't access the chest because it's technically not a solid block right now. I have to stop this in order to access the inventory. So I'm going to leave this thing running, and we'll see what happens when a tree grows. Alright, a tree grew just in time for that saw to have gotten past it, so we get to watch it come around and catch the tree. I'm a big fan of these machines, but I had to watch basically a full tutorial on how to build them because this mod is very complicated. Chops right through, it takes everything, all of the leaves, everything. So I'm going to stop this right here, and it took all of the logs, it got some sticks, I believe it got a few sapling, and if there were any apples, it would collect them too. Now I'm going to leave this thing going and it'll plant another one. What I can do now is, because I left that gearbox down there, I can branch off of that. So I can bring another one out this way and build another one right here. I can come out this way and build another one right here. And then from there, I could keep going. I can build another one back here. I could build another one up here. So what I'm planning on doing is building as many tree farms as we can right here, and we'll have a little bitty tree farm area here. And then somewhere else, I'm going to build another. And we're going to dot these things around the landscape along with our windmills. Because as you saw, the windmill generated way, way, way more power than this little tree farm uses. And with that, we are going to be in business. And then I just have to go make a store in the town, and we can sell logs. Okay, if I did this right, the birch one is ready to go. Yes, I did. They're real close together. They're a little closer than I would prefer, but I didn't want to bring this all the way out into the water and ruin our entire shoreline. Now I'm going to build another one right here for spruce, and then we're going to have to figure out other trees. I'm not sure if we can do dark oak with these because they're 2x2s, so that'll be worth experimenting. I gotta say, this looks pretty awesome. I'm a big, big fan of this as just a feat of Minecraft engineering, not even as a business enterprise, just it looks so cool. But also, once we get more and more of these up and running and we get them dotted around the landscape and we start bringing in logs, it's hopefully going to be a worthwhile business enterprise. So this project is not done. It won't be done for quite a while because we've got so much more of this world to build and because we want to build so many more of these machines. But I would say that it's off to a very, very good start. I figured out how to do dark oak. So I just had to double up on the deployers and the saws and give us a little bit of extra room to place the saplings. But this should be good to go now. Yeah, with only one deployer, it would only deploy to 3 of the 4 squares, so I had to do that. I figured all of this out in a creative world, and with only one saw, it was only chopping these 3 blocks, and it would leave this one farthest away standing, which means the tree wouldn't break. And with only one deployer, it would only place these 3 saplings, so we needed to double up. This is cool. I thought this was supposed to be sort of pseudo non-existent, so that, you know, you could pass right through it, but I'm on a carnival ride. I was asked very recently if I had checked my mail today, and I haven't in quite a while, and somebody sent me cider, and somebody sent me blueberry pie, and our newest members in Vallen sent me a blackberry pie. Half a stack of blackberry pies. That is incredibly sweet. Thank you, Zinbella. This is something I've never seen before. What the hell are you? Shoebill. You're just a swamp bird? Don't shake your head at me. That's rude. Steve, come on, let's go. I gotta be honest here, buddy. This hunt for Acacia is maybe the worst thing I've ever done in Minecraft. Everything's worse with swamps. Just everything. I am having a nightmare transporting Steve around this stupid place. I died to a crocodile and had to walk on foot over 7,000 blocks back to get my stuff and find Steve and get revenge. It was a nightmare. This whole adventure has been a nightmare, and there's swamps just everywhere. I have never been so happy to see spruce, and I hate how happy I am. Fuck you, swamp. You make everything worse. Look at these idiots. You're not even underwater. What are you doing? Go back to your home. This dolphin has been swimming with me for a while, and it is adorable. I love it. I found a coral reef, which is awesome, but I also found hammerhead sharks, apparently. These things look so cool. You guys aren't going to attack me in my boat, are you? Like, I'm concerned that they're going to attack me if I get out of the boat. I'm going to have to remember the location of this, because at some point I would like to bring silk touch tools and harvest coral. And I am so far away right now that it's not like I would be destroying the natural beauty or something. You know, I wouldn't be spoiling it for the rest of the server. Oh my god! There's seahorses too. Those hammerheads are killing fish. If I jump down here to get some sea pickles, you guys aren't gonna attack me, are you? I wonder if you can catch the seahorses in buckets of water just like you can catch fish. Oh, that would be cool too. Oh man, this place is beautiful. I love these coral reefs. I'm so glad they added them to the game. Anyway, I'm still looking for Acacia, and it's driving me nuts. I've already crossed 2 oceans and a continent. This is, well, 2 oceans and 2 continents, I guess. This is my 3rd ocean. We found a desert. This is not just a giant beach. This is actually classified as a desert biome. I mean, if we found desert, then there's a possibility we'll find other stuff, right? Does this make me the coyote? I love when they run. Run. Big development. Huge development. So I found this. I came from that side of it, and I happened upon it. And after I raided it, I see a desert village. And I don't know if you've noticed in the background already, but there is Acacia up there. I'm so excited. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some trees to chop. That's kind of a weird cloud, don't you think? Steve! I told you I'd come back for you, buddy. Let's go home. Steve! Steve, where are you? Steve! 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 Get down from that tree right this instant, mister. Do not make me come up there. You're a dick. You are so grounded. Hey, it's our lake! Oh god, it's so good to be home. I was not expecting to do a major remodel, but I did a major remodel, and quite a bit of landscaping too. This place has been completely redone, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm a little sad about the hill getting carved away like I carved it, but it was necessary, and I think that this place looks awesome. So we've got our first 4, the normal shaped trees over here in a little grid. They are 9 by 9, and they're set up so that all 4 of them are planting and reaping 12 trees. Over here, I had to make the dark oak bigger because with these raised up like they were, it looked real funny for this extended saw arm that we need for the dark oak to be hanging over the side. It was really bothering me, so I made this 11 by 11. And I think it looks pretty cool. Over here, we've got our acacia going, and I'm so excited about that. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Acacia as a block. I don't think it's beautiful, but I think it has its place, and I really wanted to have all of the tree types. It looks kind of out of place, but I don't want this whole place to be a grid. I don't want it to be perfect patterns of planters and sawmills and stuff. I want it to start seeming out of place, and I thought that it made sense for us to have enough room for this to be neatly laid out, and then for this to be over here, and then this one just kind of tucked in the corner. It's the last thing that we found, it's the last sapling that we acquired, and we just kind of stuck it wherever it would fit. And I think that kind of fits in the narrative. You know, we had this mountain, and this is where we built our windmill to get the best wind power, and we just kind of stuck the acacia wherever we could. So as I've mentioned before, this is not going to be the end of this logging project. As we expand our town, I plan to have more of these dotted around because this is a logging camp, so this is going to be the major industry of this area. I want to continue to do this with the lava stone and the birch. I think that it looks really clean, and I like the way it looks, so I think this is what we're going to do from now on. We'll use a lava stone border and birch slabs. I don't necessarily think that I'll do all 6 tree types at any given location, but I wanted to have all 6 of them here because this is primarily where I'm going to come to retrieve the goods that I want to sell in the store that we're going to build. And that's what we're going to do next. I am currently assembling the ingredients that we will need to build our shop. You may detect a theme in this color palette. There's a lot of Acacia in here, and I know that I've gone on and on about how it's not my favorite block, but I promise there's a plan. You may also notice that I have a loom, and there's a reason for that too. We are going to be using banners to make the name of our store in letters. This is kind of a pain in the ass to figure out, so I'm using a cheat sheet that I found online. And even using the cheat sheet, I managed to screw up 1 or 2 of these banners, which is why I have a gray on orange H over here in the corner, when what I really wanted was orange on gray. Almost all of the other letters are orange on gray using a gray banner, but for some reason H and S are backwards in order to make the letter properly, which is a real pain. I don't mind, it's not that much in resources. We have just a ton of cotton to make new wool with, so it wasn't a big deal. It was frustrating when I realized that I had screwed up. Man, these trees breaking are so loud. Tree, you're shouting. I'm glad that somebody else somewhere came up with a way to do this, because I would have no idea that to make an S you needed to get to this point, and then just slap a border around it, and it's good to go. Like, look at that. Look at how well that came out. I stopped the jungle tree machine because I wanted to grow a few jungle trees to grab some leaves. I don't know what the hell monstrosity we've created here. I better turn this thing back on. What a monster of a tree. So I realized last night that I'm not done building the tree farm. I have all 6 of the plain vanilla trees now, which is great, but we also wanted to grow those fruit trees, and I need to go get the 2 nether trees and start growing them. The fruit trees is not a problem, but the nether trees is going to be a real pain in the ass. I don't want to go back to that place. I am not looking forward to it, but it's gotta happen. I want to be able to sell all the wood types, including fruit logs and nether trees. Okay, I think we've got everything we need. Also, I should probably take over all the full stuff, huh? I think it's time to get this shop built. And there's Pride's bookshop. I think I might set up right here on this corner. This should be plenty of room for us. So I'm just gonna toss down my crates full of materials and get to work. It's done. Well, except for the name, but I've got the structure completely finished. I've got most of the stock set up, in stock, and priced. It's very, very plain on the back, but I couldn't put windows in here because there's a false wall in the back of the shop that leads to my little employee-only section. I'll show you that right now. I love that you can do this with glass panes and it looks like an open door. So we've got this set up. I'm guessing at these prices, I have no idea how much wood is worth or how much people are going to be willing to pay for it. So I'm just guessing. I used chandeliers and chains to make little light fixtures, and I've got a little center section. This is upgraded gate, which is really cool. I might have to use that at home, but I thought it would just look like a nice wall that I could put crates up against. Acacia is going to go here, and the 2 nether trees are going to go back here. And I still have to put a price on these fruit logs. But we only have 3 stacks so far because we haven't started farming that. So I'm not sure what I want to charge for that. So this is the employees only door. And it just leads to a little narrow 1 wide hall. And I can just come up here and I've got extra stuff stashed away. This place is otherwise ready to go. Now I just need to get the rest of the stock in and put the name up. It's a bit of a pun, but I wrote down a lot of different names, trying to come up with something a little bit punny, a little bit funny, a little bit memorable, and this is just perfect. I love it, and I don't care if it's a bad dad joke. Steve and I are gonna run back home and grab the rest of our stock, and I'll empty out the tree farms, and then I guess after that the only thing left to do is set up the fruit tree farm. There's another thing to do after that, and I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Alright. I think this place is set up and ready to go. I asked for opinions in Discord about what people would be willing to pay for logs, and I had already decided to charge different prices based on the ease of acquisition. But I got some really great feedback, and I think I was massively undervaluing myself. So, Acacia is very, very, very hard to find. As you know, it took me a lot of hours and a lot of traveling to find Acacia. So I'm going to charge 1 silver coin per stack, and we've got... Well, I guess it would help if I... if it would help if I put the Acacia in there. Alright, there we go. Why? He must be under me. There must be a cave directly under the shop. That's obnoxious, and I'm going to have to dig down there and light it up, because I know that I would be annoyed if I was in this shop shopping and I started to think I was under attack. Anyhow, birch is very common, so I'm only going to charge 3 copper per stack. Dark oak, it's common. We can go just to the south and have a dark oak forest right there. But also, it's incredibly easy for me to get because that farm, specifically, that machine, is pumping out dark oak. So I'm thinking I might even drop it to 1 copper coin per stack. The fruit logs, for now, are hard to come by. I have not started farming them, and they only produce very small trees with, I think, 4 logs as kind of a standard. There's really no variation there. So for now, I'm going to charge 1 silver per stack. Once I get the various machines set up to farm the 9 different fruit trees, I will probably drop this down significantly. But also, they're kind of hard to find out in the wild. Jungle, again, very, very, very hard to find. That took me quite a while. Not as long as the Acacia, but still quite a while. So I'm going to charge 1 silver per stack. Oak is very common. I'm going to charge 3 copper per stack, just like the birch. And spruce, also relatively common, but a little bit farther away than the rest of these. So I'm going to charge 3 copper per stack. I'm going to keep it the same as the oak and the birch. And we've got some additional stuff. So we've got apples and bananas that we're getting from our tree drops, so I'm going to charge 3 copper per stack for all fruit. And that includes once I start getting fruit from the fruit trees. If that happens, I'm not even sure if it will. But assuming it happens, I'm going to charge 3 copper per stack for all fruit. Acacia blossoms, which we don't have any yet. I have a stack, but I think I left it at home. I'm going to charge 1 silver per stack because those are very, very difficult to come by. Sticks and saplings, I'm going to charge 1 silver per crate, and a crate will be included with purchase. Crates are 1 silver each. So I'm just trying to get rid of the sticks. But I'm going to charge... Hi. I'm going to charge 1 silver per crate, and that's because while there are only 8 planks per crate, just like it's 8 planks per chest, you have to come up with the creosote, which means you have to have a coke furnace, and you have to burn your own coal to do it. And since we're using another resource, coal, to make these, I'm going to charge a little more than it would just be, you know... I treat these and I think of these like shulker boxes, and I think that they are a very, very valuable resource, and I know that I've called them cheap shulker boxes, but there's a lot of value in these things, so I'm going to charge 1 silver each. And if that doesn't work, maybe I'll charge 1 silver for 2, or maybe I'll drop it to 3 copper per crate or something. But we've got plenty of extra barrels left over to put more stuff in as we get more stuff. I love it. I'm super proud of this, and I love the name. I absolutely adore this name. It's a little hard to see there. I sort of wish now that I had gone with darker banners as the background, but I thought that light gray would be the best to blend in and not be kind of a stain or a blemish on the front of the building. I wanted the orange letters because, obviously, I wanted the orange letters. Why do you think I went with all the acacia for all the trim on the building? It had to be orange and this lightish color. But, you know, I included the jungle leaves to give it a little color, and I love these stripped, upgraded fences. They look so good, and they made great support posts, and the beams were great, and I love that we have windows that have a great texture, and, the framed glass is just so good. And I wish that I could do something better with the back of the building, but also, the backs of Home Depots are kind of fucking bland, aren't they? So, it's fine. It's fine. The windows are close together, and I hate it, but I had to line the windows up with the logs. This is just how it worked out. It had to be this way. I had to make certain sacrifices for functionality, but I mean, the front is where it's at. I love how this turned out. This is so great. I remembered after I got home from building the shop that I promised Pride I would sell her 2 stacks of copper that I've got. Hello, Egg. Because I'm guessing because of that, because she's building the roof of her shop out of copper blocks. So I didn't get a chance to give it to her while she was online, so I'm just gonna mail them to her and shoot her a message in Discord that she can just pay me whatever she likes, whatever she feels is the appropriate price for copper. Okay, so this is the post box. So this is what I failed to show you last time. So you select the recipient, and then you put the things in and just send it. And it's that easy. Now that will show up in Pride's mailbox, which, hey, get back here, Steve, which I think is a pretty cool system. I was also told immediately after I got home that somebody came to the store and really liked the name, which I appreciate. But they said that they spent too much time in Homestead Depot, which is oh my God. Okay, that's awesome. That's very exciting. But you know, that's woo. Excellent. That's the way it goes when you go to Homestead Depot, you know? Steve. Oh my God. We got that. That is 9 silver coins makes 1 gold coin. We made an entire gold coin immediately after opening the store. I'm so excited. I am so excited about that. All right, buddy. That was a very, very exciting end to the episode. This tree farm is going gangbusters. I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy to have a shop in the town. I'm very, very excited for the next episode. We're going to go back to that place that we don't talk about. That's not the part I'm excited about. But we're going to gather some more trees and expand our shop a little bit. That's the part I'm excited about. And I'm sure that we'll get up to some more mischief, too. I'll talk to you soon, brother. I miss you.